everyone. Welcome to the Hugas Plato Gang podcast. And this is your host, yours truly, Dave Cardino, and my co speaker over here,
Philip, hello.
yeah, Mr. Philip. And today is a very, not very special episode since the other episodes also have guests, but this is very special indeed in terms of the realm of music because today we have the very honorable Mr. Creefy and Mr. Jeff. Creefy, how about you introduce yourself first?
Uh,
Hello, I'm Creefy. My real name is not really. My real name is John Doroteo. I'm a music major in Siliman University, specializing in music composition, and currently residing somewhere in Mindanao.
Okay, that's great to hear that we have a couple Mindanaoans here. Uh, and,
So,
let's
and now
go.
we have Mr. Jeff over here. So, Jeff, would you mind introduce yourself?
Instrumentalist and a vocalist, also a composer and a producer. Uh yeah, I've been doing music for like 6 years now, and yeah, all is good.
Yeah, that sounds great. So, to kick this off, I'd like to first, somewhat break the ice a bit and just say that I believe that Creefy and Jeff like basically don't know each other at all, and their only
Yes,
mutual
that
friend is
is true.
me and Philip.
That is true.
Yeah.
So it's yeah. The air might be awkward around us right now, but I think we can ease into that since we all have a common interest right now, which is
Yeah.
music. Yeah. Philip maybe not so much on the production side, but I know I think he's an avid fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't
He's an
really
avid
practiced
fan.
it much myself, but I can say I'm actually really interested in how the whole process is done. So
Cool.
Yeah. So speaking of music, what music have you guys been listening these days?
Who goes first?
Just
we can go round
whatever.
table. Whoever
Yeah,
goes
we can.
first.
Yeah, whoever jumps in. Well, let me start us off. Well, me personally, I've been listening to a lot of idol music. Like J-pop,
Oh,
idol music and stuff. Like
Yeah.
like very cutesy. Like moe moe cute anime girls, everything. It just warms my heart, bro. Like oh my god, so cute.
It comes with the visuals, right? You listen
Yeah,
to it
that's true.
with the visuals included.
Yeah, you listen to it with the video, and then like after a while, you maybe get labeled as a degenerate for looking at cute anime girls for too long. But it's part of the charm. Okay,
well,
it's
to be
part of the
fair with you,
charm.
it's a treat for both the
It's a
eyes and the ears. So
okay.
Yeah,
It's really, I think it's very rewarding for you to partake in that kind of uh media, and be not ashamed for being a degenerate, because it is what makes you happy. So
we're all degenerates
we're all
here, I
wise
believe. We're
words.
degenerates.
all
I think
We're all
degenerates here.
that's
degenerates
true.
Wise
here.
I
words.
think
Yeah.
Wise words.
As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, we are
Yes,
all degenerates.
yes. After his iconic speech, he had a post sentence which, you know,
Yeah, he had a little
which
PS in
yeah,
there
a little PS
with
in there.
with the letter.
We're
He
all
had an anime.
degenerates.
Yeah, he had an anime girl sticker in the upper corner.
That is the hidden agenda of the civil rights movement.
Absolutely. Uh, Speaking of Martin Luther King Jr., I know this is an awkward segue, but you know how you know he is of the how do I do this without being canceled on Twitter? He is of African American descent.
Yes,
And you
yes,
know what
Yeah.
else the African Americans created? Jazz.
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 Y'all like jazz? Let's go, baby.
Yes,
You know what's the funny thing about
awesome
here?
segue.
You know what's the funny thing about here? Before the podcast, I actually had to tell Philip that you should get yourself a crash course on jazz because I know that Creefy and Jeff are absolute jazz nerds. Which I think both of you don't know that you two are like jazz nerds. Like I don't think Jeff knows that Creefy is a jazz nerd and vice versa.
Dude,
Yeah, I
I don't
don't
even
know.
play jazz anymore.
You don't even play jazz anymore. What you play classical now, right? Because that's what
Yeah,
you're
I play
studying.
classical now. I'm required to play classical.
What a nerd.
Damn. White
God.
I don't-
supremacy.
I'm a part of the white supremacist genre.
yeah. You
Adam
Unfortunately.
Neely Adam Neely made a video about that, and like
Yeah,
all of these white people started commenting like, why are you
yeah,
suddenly
yeah.
becoming so political? But like music is political.
Music is very political
Yeah.
already. It's very. I don't
Anyway,
even know why we're in this.
yeah.
Music is such a questionable form of art.
Yeah.
Y- Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about music, you know. It can really touch anything, like from psychology to ethics, and like to like
That is
general
true.
entertainment. Because I think
That is
everybody
true.
has a story to tell with music, right? Like, oh, this
Yeah.
song, like you literally see like in the YouTube comments of songs, they're like, oh, this song saved my life, or oh, I literally hate this song.
Hmm.
My ears literally
Yeah.
bleed by just
Yeah.
listening to it.
Yeah.
So you
Because it's
know, the discourse alone already makes people mauled and seethe.
Yeah, it goes it's the same with like other forms of art. It can delve into literally anything because art is basically human expression, and we're not like predisposed to only express certain things. We can express whatever it is that we have in our heads. So that may be something political. So let's not, you know, let's not try to regulate discourse, musical discourse to non-political stuff because that essentially rids it of its artistic value. In my opinion.
Yeah, I
I
think
hmm,
agree.
that's Asian. I think we got Asian Martin Luther King Jr. here, guys.
Yes.
honestly.
Damn.
uh,
Because it's
but yeah,
odd, right? Because, yeah, as you mentioned, you had me sort of crash course jazz, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
the
told
odd
him.
thing is, it was mentioned that, jazz stems from Africa. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
No, the rhythmical
The
patterns
rhythmical patterns.
Ah,
specifically. Yeah.
because I saw a video. It's from the National Museum of American History per se, and it's odd
Let's
because
go!
I saw by
Did you
the end
just
of it,
cheer
right?
for a history channel?
Yo, I actually told him I was like, "Oh, prepare for a bit of a history lesson." Oh my god, he actually went for
Yeah,
it.
and I
Uh,
saw by the end of the video there was a specific quote that said that jazz is America and America is jazz. So
oh my
I
god,
would be
Yes.
really intrigued to hear your sort of take on that.
that quote is impeccable, bro.
Personally, jazz is
America is
America and
jazz,
America
jazz
is
is
jazz.
America.
I would go to extend that, saying that America is literally black culture in general, not just
Mm,
jazz.
A
It's
bold
also
statement,
R&B.
indeed.
It's
bold statement.
also rock and roll. It's also pop. Like pop culture is literally just black culture.
Mm,
But
Mm.
the with the exception being the prevalent pop stars which are white people, but they borrow from black culture a lot. So I would go as far as saying that you know America literally is you know everything culturally relevant in America right now is from black people, but the systemic things are regressive still. But you know aside from
unfortunately,
that,
unfortunately.
Well,
Uh,
Akrifi, you have something to say?
I don't think jazz is the prominent during that time, but I think the earliest form of jazz was blues because
You're
jazz
right.
evolved from blues, which
yeah,
is like
that's true.
I don't think that jazz is completely American as well, considering that it came from African, which a lot of the rhythmic patterns and I don't want to say I don't want to use jargons, but
We
it's
can
gonna
explain along the way.
We can
We have
explain
time.
it
We have
along the
Yeah,
way.
time.
yeah.
We have
maybe
time.
later. Maybe later. I'll use a different jargon for that. But a lot of the things that jazz has came from blues, which was most expounded because jazz became the modern pop of the 1920s.
It was really popular in the
20s?
1930s and in the
30s pa,
1940s
sorry.
with
30s
the
pala.
whole big band stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Ano sila, Take Five, the
Benny
Take Five
Goodman,
Quartet.
Benny Goodman, and
Yeah, Benny
Yeah, our,
Goodman.
our
Oh, wait,
viewers
was it
our
Take Five?
viewers right now must be like, oh, Big Ben. Oh, have you guys seen Whiplash? Yo guys, have you guys seen
oh,
Whiplash?
No!
yo,
Have you guys seen
have you
Whiplash,
guys
guys?
seen Whiplash? Oh my
Yo,
god,
Whiplash?
Yo
Nah,
guys.
that's like the best movie ever.
Whiplash?
I
Wait, Philip, have you seen Whiplash?
I don't know
You
what's
know,
Whiplash.
I
Philip.
really was
Oh,
about this. I really
ooh.
was about to pretend to myself. Yeah, I'm gonna just say that as well. Yeah, have you seen Whiplash? And I'm just
But
Yeah,
here like,
I've
hmm.
seen
but
Whiplash.
seriously, it is a really good movie.
All right, I'll take
It,
that as a
Albeit
it's like
recommendation.
the whole dynamic between the teacher and the student is very, you know, it's exaggerated a bit for theatrical purposes, but
Yep, yeah, yeah.
it's a really good movie.
yeah,
Guys, that's a Totakum
yeah,
jazz band.
for the context
That's
of the
not
viewers, a little synopsis on Whiplash is about. Whiplash is about I believe
Drummer Boy.
yeah, it's about a drummer boy, a boy who plays the drums, gets into a little, goes to college and performs in a big band wherein the instructor is very abusive to him, and from there he evolves as a better musician. And in the ending, he goes wild on the drums, which a lot of YouTube clips have, and a lot of people know the movie for because of
Yes.
the hardcore drumming in the end section of the movie. And
Yeah,
yeah, it's very
it's
iconic for
also
its
like, yeah,
representations of big band, whether it be a good representation or not.
It's not.
yeah.
It's totally not.
I
It's
am saying it's
totally not.
popular. I'm not saying it's
It's a
good.
popular, yeah.
It's
It's a popular.
very popular.
It's a
Yeah.
horrible representation for our
Yeah,
because
it's a very
I'm well,
exaggerated.
it's very exaggerated because I'm a part of one. I was like, we don't have that
Yeah.
because our teachers like maybe it's just in Cinnamon, but our teacher's pretty chill. Like he just tells us, okay, guys, learn this song, come back in a few days, rehearse, perform. Okay, so goes on the same. But he doesn't. It's not that strict. I mean, he's strict. Don't get me wrong. He has the right to be strict because it's gotta be perfect. Because we're performing like for cash, money.
Yeah.
Um, pero I don't think that's like the fact that also many of the what they say is like the what's that one like when you like especially when the teacher gets mad like like I'm not like I know I don't think that happens, but maybe in some universe that happens. Hopefully not in this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, oh no, Sir Jabby was like, oh. Pero yeah, it's just it's a bad representation, but it's a very famous one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people with Asian parents must be like, "Oh, wait, this is just a regular day. What do you mean?
Yeah. It's a regular day.
Asian
This is a
parents in an
this is a
abusive
regular
We
household? What
get
do you mean? I don't see anything wrong with this."
we
this
get
is a
spent
regular day
with
for a
those
classical
every single
musician.
afternoon after we go home from class. So what's the big deal? What's the
I
big
come back
fuss
from
about
school.
it?
I see belt. I don't see. I don't.
I see the
Before,
fly swatter. I see the slipper.
But
It's on like me.
yeah. But like all
I see the
jokes aside,
cinturon, I run away.
What was that, Jeff?
but I think like all jokes aside, despite it being a very terrible representation of like jazz culture and band culture in general, I think it exposed a lot of people to jazz and really how rigorous and how legitimate it is, because a lot of people tend to relegate jazz as some sort of abstract or like very far away thing, and Whiplash made it accessible to those who don't even need to have exposure to jazz beforehand. So I think it goes both ways. It's both a terrible representation, but also a gateway or like a stepping stone for someone to grab to like step on to eventually you know get into the whole jazz thing. So really,
Sort of
I'm
sort of a
torn.
transition. Yeah.
But like as
Yeah,
a film,
that's true.
Whiplash is very good in my personal opinion. It's one of my top five.
Yeah,
It's in
I
my top
encourage the
five.
viewers to watch it, not just because of the jazz alone and the possibly very conservatistic Asian forms of, let's say, abuse.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Aside,
scores are really
yeah,
good though.
the movie, yeah, the movie's good. The
It
actors are
has
good. Yeah, we encourage the viewers to watch it.
yeah, it has very similar themes to Black Swan. If you've seen that, Black Swan is
Oh,
basically just the ballet version of Whiplash, and Whiplash is basically just the jazz version of Black Swan. So it has the same like toxic teacher, naive student dynamic. So if you're into that kind of thing,
Oh, I bet a
you
lot of people are into that.
I bet a lot of people are into that too.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people are into
Yeah.
that.
Well,
It's
okay.
getting very R18 now. Okay, before we scare off any more of the viewers,
Yeah.
with all the jazz talk, and maybe we've already scared off half of our audience with that one.
Yeah.
let's
Let's
go.
go, baby. Are the nerds
Maybe we
left?
should
Yeah, only the
maybe we
nerds are
should
left.
revert back
Yeah.
to our initial question because
Oh
we
yeah.
What
we
was
took
it?
I'm sorry. What was the initial question? I'm the host. I
uh
forgot as well.
what
Genres and
kind of
music.
music
Yeah.
are you like listening to these
Oh
days?
yeah. Actually,
Oh,
let me rephrase the question. What music genres are you guys listening to these days?
Okay, that's okay.
Or
That's
maybe
more like
not just exclusively listen to. Maybe what genres you guys make, because I know Creefy definitely plays a lot of classical music, and
okay. Can I go
Jeff.
first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
oh,
so recently I've been listening to and playing a lot of funk music.
oh,
Um, Funk music
He had to stop himself.
is is very how do you call this?
Funky.
It it's very you know alive. It makes me feel something that I don't feel in other kinds of music. So I've been recently immersing myself in Wolfpack and their lore and everything about them. And here's what I've gathered from my intensive research. Funk is cool and it is worth studying and practicing.
You
And
you got it here, folks. You heard
yes,
it here.
so despite funk not being a very popular genre, even in the US, where it came from, I only know like the most popular funk act as of now is I would say it used to be Bruno Mars, but he's more
He's
soul
very
now
R
with
and B
like
now. Yeah, he's more
he's
R and
more
B and
no,
soul
slow
he's
right
now.
doing
now.
80s now.
He's more soul, but it's also funk because it's also Motown. But really, when I talk about funk, I talk about like the very hardcore funk.
He's
So
he When he
if
talks
Asian
about
punk?
funk, he's talking about
yeah,
the
I'm
funky
talking about the
funk.
hardcore funk.
He's talking
So
about the funky funk, you
The
know?
funky
if
funk.
if
The
if you're
Yeah.
funky,
if you're
the
into that
funky,
stuff, if you're into
funky.
like the very funky stuff, listen to Wolfpack. There's this
I
very
agree.
popular song of there's this very popular song that's called Back Pocket. It's more pop.
Mm.
It's more pop funk, but it's a really good gateway to Wolfpack, and then you can get into the instrumental stuff because they have the vocal.
They have
they
more
they have more pop
intense
oriented
and
stuff, and they also have
yeah.
the instrumental stuff. So you know of course the more pop stuff is technically more accessible, but really, if you're into if you're excited for funk music, listen to Wolfpack. And also I recently discovered this artist and I became obsessed. Louis Cole. He makes this
Ooh.
very lo-fi bedroom quality funk music that is very technically advanced. He's a very good drummer, and he's also the drummer from
Wait,
Clowncore.
isn't
If
he
you
the
know,
drummer from Clowncore? Yeah, I
yes,
was
he is
about to
the
say
drummer
Oh,
that.
from
The
Clowncore.
drummer from Clowncore. Yeah.
So
Uh,
if you know clowncore, and clowncore is basically just grindcore plus like jazz, and like
for our viewers out there that don't know what grindcore is, well, to expound on clowncore, I had to cut you off a bit, Jeff. There, sorry
yeah,
for a little for our viewers
okay,
here, but um, basically the entire stick with the band's name is Clowncore is they're these two crazy dudes in a mask, and they play the most absurd high beats per minute music with all the very, what do you call this, very erratic beats, and they
yeah,
just
it's
do it
very
while
erratic.
looking comedic as hell, which is
Yeah,
it's yeah it's a very niche part of music,
yeah, it's a
but
very niche.
it's definitely an
It's worth
experience when
listening
you
to.
watch them. Clowncore. Yeah.
It's very erratic, but it's highly technical,
Yeah, it's
because like
technical. That's the thing.
because
Yeah.
they're playing like tuplets and stuff. Like they aren't just doing random timings. They're actually following, you know, uh within
Dang, it's as if they're making
common
music, bro.
subdivisions. But like they're
they're
just
doing the
very
music.
good at music, and they just express it in this very absurd way, and I'm all for it.
Well, that's the thing with that's the thing with music, right? It's all about expressing yourself, and I think that does, like, that's how music genres are created. It's just one
Yeah,
crazy
that's
guy
true.
in his bedroom one day decided to you know put on a clown mask. They
Puppet
they
Dave,
Yeah.
you're
never
ruining my life.
they
You
they never
set
knew
my
me
life
You put
away
on
as
a
a
before.
clown
puppet.
mask. You put on a clown mask. You could go Slipknot. You could go clowncore. You choose.
This has full on become a Joker reference. They never knew me before I put on the clown mask.
We live in a society.
We live in a
We live
society.
in a society.
All right,
But,
I think that's a
All
good
right.
point to go to Creefy. What have you
okay,
been?
before what I say, I'd like to also add. Y'all should listen to Cory Wong. He's also another
Oh,
funk musician.
yeah, yeah.
He's
Corey
so
Wong
good.
is
He was
is
part of
already like
Wolfpack, I think.
yeah, he's a regular part of Wolfpack now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He used to be like a guest, but he's very regular now. So
Yeah,
you know,
he's always in Wolfpack now. He's
yeah,
insane. His guitar riffs are, yum. Please.
yeah,
Um.
and he has this series on his YouTube channel where he
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
the Corey
yeah.
and the Wong notes. He brings in these guests where he interviews them, and it's basically just like a variety show. There are different segments, and he does different shticks every single segment, so it doesn't grow stale, and it's always interesting. So if you're a musician, or if you're not a musician, if you just like good music, you should check out
Go
Corey and the Wong
Cory Wong.
notes.
Yeah. Uh. Okay. The Cory Wong aside, I listen to a lot of orchestral music right now
Yeah,
because I'm a big nerd. Other
that's
well,
sick.
but that's not the only. I mean, that's not the only reason. Other than school, I've been playing a lot of Souls games like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Sekiro, and
Damn,
shoot, what's the other one?
you like the hard games.
Yeah, I like them hard games, bro. Oh, Monster
He,
Hunter.
he,
There
he,
we
li- he
go.
likes them hard games with, like, whenever you defeat the boss, it plays orchestral music so that he has, like, PTSD for his college requirements.
Yo,
Damn,
yeah,
bro.
exactly, bro.
Exactly.
Oh, it
That
it
Wait.
it
sounds
legit
terrible,
helps.
bro. I
No,
want
it
to
legit
enjoy
helps.
music.
No, you don't enjoy music when you're in college. When you're in music college, it's not fun. Trust
Okay,
me. I
that's
mean, it's
We're
fun.
precisely the
supposed
reason
to be
why.
encouraging the viewers. We're scaring them.
Don't scare
No, I
them.
mean, oh shit.
No,
I
no,
mean, don't get me
no.
wrong. It's really fun.
That's
Yeah,
out
Like
of the
being
I
script.
like
You're
see
in music
it.
supposed to
college is
say,
so fun.
"I love college. I love music."
No, it's
Pursuing
not
music in
fun,
I
college.
don't
guys.
love college, guys.
No, 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 no. It's like a love hate relationship. Like
Ah,
you
It's a
love that
little
you're in.
toxic.
Yeah, it's
yep.
kind of toxic. Ah.
Yeah, I can see
Being
why.
in college, being in music college is kind of toxic. It depends on your teachers. Some of your teachers are complete ass, but I got the good ones this time, so I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah,
So
my personal experience is that, uh, you know, I I'm in a science high school, so there isn't a lot of
There
like
isn't a lot of
resources.
musical resources,
There
yeah.
there isn't a lot of musical resources, so I had to work with my own devices. So basically,
Yeah.
I I established the Rondalia group in our in our
Oh,
campus.
Oh,
I
I
basically
forgot to mention
established
that.
it
You two are
from
Rondalia
the ground
nerds.
up.
I'm sorry, I had to
I
cut
know I'm
you.
not
Yo,
a Rondalia
yo.
nerd. I'm not a
Uh,
Rondalia
oh,
nerd.
you're not a
Oh,
Rondalia
okay.
nerd? Wait.
I know. I can only emanate like I can only replicate Rondalia by using tremolo picking in
Oh yeah,
guitar,
you're right.
which
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's the only way I can do it.
yeah.
But other than that, I can't.
yeah. Basically, I basically just established the group from the ground up because our
What
teachers
the
didn't really care. I mean, most of our teachers. I mean, our advisor mainly didn't really pay a lot of uh pay a lot of attention to the group. So I basically had to take charge of everything. So
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
What a
join
Chad,
me in
bro.
music school.
it was a very stressful, but it was a very
It's very
eventful time.
satisfying.
It's very
Satisfying.
Yeah,
satisfying
I can see why. I can see why.
seeing my efforts, you know,
That's a pretty big
come
flex
to
in
fruition.
high school
It's a very
actually.
big flex.
It's a
Yeah,
It's
very
a
big
very big
flex
no.
flex.
indeed.
The
Like
fact
just
that
from the ground up. That's
yeah,
cool. That's cool as
it
hell.
was a rookie group. It was a rookie group, and we placed second dun sa Ugnayan. Yeah, we
Oh
placed
yeah.
second.
I'm not
We
sure
only
answer
lost
that.
to the veteran group from Central Luzon campus.
Dang, that's
Pero ano
crazy.
kasi
Oh, wow.
it's good na rin because their conductor is do you know that the conductor from the Rondalia group in CLC was previously the musical director for like GMA or ABS-CBN or something. So it's like
Bro, I bet my teacher's
so
in that
it's
one.
basically just a different competition. It's
Hmm.
basically like a different level. You know, they're basically just untouchable. So I'm very proud of what I've from what for you know, I'm very proud of, you know, what I accomplished with the group, what we accomplished together. It was very fun while it lasted.
Yo,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
gotta give me Rondalia tips. I'm gonna have Rondalia next year. She.
That's very
Uh,
I
commendable.
was also like getting into
Yeah.
arranging. I was also like getting into
bro, you
arranging
should.
Rondalia.
You should. You totally should. It's so fun. Like you can start simple, like like just rearranging. Uh, okay, never mind. I'll save that later. I'm gonna go back to the original
Yeah, let's
question.
go back to the original question.
We're indulging in
We're segueing too much.
into another sub niche. Okay,
Yeah.
we got 50% of our viewers now. Now we are only down to our
We're,
last 25. Yeah,
We're back to we're in
Force
Rondalia
it
stuff.
down to like
we did.
15.
Yeah, we need to get it back. We need to get it back up.
yeah, we need to get it back.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Hey guys, do you like jazz? You're just
again,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I
Go on.
really like orchestral music
Yeah.
because again it really works with what I do in school because we're required to compose a lot of these crazy stuff, especially for our third and fourth year.
Yeah.
So I've been exposing myself to more of these um high technical, highly complex harmonics, and some of these orchestrals I didn't even realize like they have crazy crazy rhythmic patterns, and it's like
Polyrhythms,
how yeah, exactly, it's like
quintuplets.
uh, parang ganon, pero it's like some of them are in 9/16, and then they're kind of awkward to play, especially if you're the one
Ah, yeah.
going to do it.
That's
Like you can
basically
sing it.
yeah, that's basically like 20th century orchestral music.
Yeah. Which is really spooky.
Yeah.
And also, I used to listen to a lot of jazz. Like way, I was so
He's laughing in concern, guys, not in happiness.
Yeah.
He's laughing in concern to
I
clarify.
used I used to listen to a lot of fusion before.
Yo, I love
Um,
fusion.
yeah, dude,
Yo, let's go.
fusion is so fun.
Herbie Hancock is
Like
literally my hero.
yeah. I used to listen to a lot of Snarky Puppy.
Yo, Snarky.
Uh, Yo, let's
Yo,
go.
let's go.
Let's
Damn.
go. Nice one, nice one.
Lingus
And
is my jam. I have that memorized already in my head. The
dude,
whole
I
eight
don't
minutes.
anymore because I've yeah. And I think the Dave Wacko band. Yeah,
Yeah,
those
that's
two are my primary for fusion. For jazz, we have the classics.
Miles Davis,
Miles Davis.
Coltrane.
Shoot, No, I don't listen to Coltrane
Oh, you don't
because
listen.
I don't play the sax. What's his name? The one who wrote Autumn Leaves.
Um,
Uh, the original one. I can't remember his
I
name.
can't recall either. Um,
Yeah, there's like way too many interpretations of that stupid song. It's crazy. Like every well-known jazz artist has a cover of that song somewhere in
yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
That's not that's that's
It's
just like
very
the
hard
most
to
well-known.
trace who the original composer is
you know,
for
it's
Yeah,
jazz
it's about the
it's
standards.
same
just
amount of notoriety as the famous lick.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like every jazz, it's like if you're going to audition for jazz bands, guys, you should
You should play the
know,
lick.
like you should at least know not autumn leaves. It's like it should be just be a part of your repertoire for at least at least in some form. And the last
well,
I've been listening
actually,
to a
we
lot of
didn't ask
80s.
what instrument you played.
Oh, I what instrument I play?
Yeah.
I play piano. I play
Oh,
the
yeah.
clarinet.
That's sick. I
I play
see. I see.
guitar. I play the bass. The electric bass. I want to learn the big one
Yo,
because
I
Like the
actually
upright bass.
got started. I actually got started sa double bass. I picked up the
you.
double bass before I picked up the electric bass.
Oh, I started with electric.
It was because of Randalia. We needed a bass player, so I taught myself how to play the bass.
Sheesh. My
Damn.
man's insane. Damn, I wish I had your talent.
Bro.
And oh, I listen to a lot. Like this is just my thing. I've been listening to a lot of Nobuo Uematsu, the composer of Final Fantasy 1 to 13.
Mm,
Like every day,
interesting.
there's no day that I don't
Oh,
listen to one of his pieces because he's like legit my most he's like my influence when it comes to composing
I see. I see.
because bro, when you listen to his stuff, he's got the vibes, bro. Like if you give him a
I'm gonna look
setting,
that
he'll
up.
give you the vibes. It feels so nice. Other than that, yeah. Oh, just normal OPM because I like OPM.
Oh, you listen to OPM too? Who's your favorite OPM artist?
Honestly, I'm one of those basic people who just likes Ben and Ben.
Nothing wrong with that,
nothing
bro.
wrong with that.
Nothing
Bro, I
wrong with
even
that.
bought their merch.
Nothing wrong with that. People
Okay,
are
then
just so
you've gone the deep end now. You've got the merch and everything. You
Bro,
can't
I
call
bought
people
two
yourself a
hoodies.
normie. You can't call
yo
yourself a
people are
normie.
just so mean and like to hate on Ben and Ben when in fact
Bro,
I
they
know
make
these
good
people also
stuff
like
though.
Ben and Ben before.
Yeah, they make a lot of good stuff.
Let's not forget about the iconic songs from them before they got famous. The Katang
Oh,
Isip. Like everyone was
is
True.
it
singing that.
the
It's
one
very
from
ubiquitous. So like
yeah.
why are you suddenly changing
Why you hating on that, bro?
changing tides?
Yeah, it's kind of stupid, but
For
whatever.
me, now, my favorite OPM band is Mooney Mooney.
Oh
Uh
my gosh, yeah.
Oh,
Fair.
okay.
yeah, Mooney
That's a
Mooney
good.
and Up Dharma Downs. They're like
Bro,
my
no,
favorites.
don't talk about Up Dharma. Their vocalist left.
I'm
No.
sad. I'm sad.
Oh,
Okay?
my heart, bro.
I've been a fan since like 2015. Yeah, I've been a fan
Been a
since
fan since I was
2015.
2 years old.
Damn. That's hard.
Dude, I've
That's
been
harsh.
like when I heard "Oo" like by UDD, yo, that was my gateway drug to
like
jazz.
that video where they had the live performance. The
Yeah.
viral one. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
sick.
That was my gateway drug to jazz, like "Oo" by
Mm.
UDD. It was so like if you compare it to like a lot of Bills Evans or Miles Coltrane. Like it's too basic, but dang, it was just my gateway drug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I encourage the viewers to look it up. UDD Tadhana plus O. I believe the video is very viral. Yeah, let me check it.
It's very famous. I've
It's
seen
very
that
famous.
at least
15 million views
5
on
times.
YouTube.
I've seen that at
Let's
least 5
go.
times.
It's absolutely
I've played
impeccable. Their live
It's
performance
very
here.
good.
Oh, I
Truly,
know.
truly.
They're very musically talented. You can tell.
They know what they're doing, basically.
They know.
I think the best whenever an artist makes a live performance of
Yes.
something, I think that's one of the best ways to personify their talents and show to
Yeah,
people.
that's true.
Like live performance is just a whole nother beast compared to
Yeah.
production, which is something that I'm not really a big live performance guy. I'm
Yeah.
more of a
That's why
sit in the bedroom and nerd
that's
out.
why I really don't understand why people like to hate on Ben and Ben. They're very good performers. Like
That's
Yeah.
true.
Amazing performance, actually.
they're
Yeah.
amazing performers. So like I don't get why people like to call them very generic. I mean, they can get
Well,
very repetitive at times, but like you can't take away all of the
bro,
iconic,
ride home such a hit
Truly.
in
all of
the
the
heart.
iconic. And like I remember listening to Susie for the first time. It was the first time. It was my first time hearing 5/4 in a pop context. It was
Yes.
very it was very it was very illuminating for me. It was
Oh my god.
it
My
was
god.
it was a game changer for me. Really.
Thank God I'm not the only one who noticed that. Oh, my heart.
Literally.
The fact that Creevy is older, like we older than us, than we're all three of us, like
He's not
are
that
in the
much
same
older, I
age.
don't think.
He's I know, but I'd like to make
Bro,
it into a
stop
meme, and then
whispering too
Creevy's
many.
like, "Oh, the
Oh,
younger generation has
no, Dave, I'm
proved
turning 20, Dave.
themselves, has proved
Creefy, your microphone, by
themselves
the
to
way. I
be."
think you might have unplugged it again.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's
I can't hear you clearly
let's give
again.
him a sec.
Okay.
Uh, we can. I'll just cut this part out. We're about 37 minutes into the
Yeah.
recording. About to turn 38 real soon in 15 seconds. Um, do you how much energy do you guys have? You want to end it around here and or like do one more topic before we end?
I don't know. I have so much energy that I have still enough time to
Honestly,
play
I
Elden
could
Ring.
go on for a couple more minutes.
Can go on for
I could
like
go on
20
for
more.
yeah, I could go
Yeah,
on for like
but
I'm on 5
but I
energy.
believe the other episodes are about 20. They're about 20 to 1 hour long. Like that's the average. 20
Well, I
minutes to
guess.
1 hour long.
Well, the
40
difference
minutes.
is we have like two very informed guests, so might as well give as much time as possible to get the message they needed.
Yep,
Yeah,
one
sure.
informed guest, one
honestly, I could
informed
go
idiot.
on for hours
Same.
discussing this, but like we have to meet the quota. We have to meet
Yeah, we
the
have to meet the
Gotta
code.
do what you
we
gotta
we
do.
we gotta stop scaring the
yeah,
viewers,
we have to
guys.
stop we have to
We
stop scaring the viewers. Let's keep the very deep discussion in private.
Yeah.
actually, no. F the viewers, man. Like, who
Please
cares if
cut
we
that.
scare
Please
the
cut that
Hey,
out.
viewers?
why are you flipping
Please
them
cut
off?
that out. Please cut that out. We're not flipping anyone off.
No, we're
What
flipping
is
everyone off.
what are the viewers gonna do? Oh, so you don't like jazz? Well,
You know what? Okay.
who's the dumb one here now, huh?
You know what?
You aren't
In
saying this
the
right now.
in
You're
the
self-sabotaging.
No. The longer the podcast, the bigger the grades. It's worth it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's true. That's
Okay.
true. So
I believe Philip
you
had
should
something to
thank us
say.
for the very lengthy discussion. We're
I
only
mean,
as we
halfway through.
should.
Oh,
As we
yeah.
should.
Yeah. I'm chilling here, just leaning back.
Honestly.
I believe Philip had something to say.
Well, I was supposedly I was gonna dive in more on viewer context. To sympathize with anyone listening right now who barely understood anything that just happened. Don't worry, I'm here with you. But
Yes.
for anyone that's actually scared of music but willing to pick it up, do you guys have anything to say with regards to any approaches to music, any
Mm.
sort of tips or advice that you
Yeah.
would give to any newbie trying to get into music?
I see.
Yeah, coming from like an absolute greenie, like no
Okay.
instruments at all. Like, just
Y-
like
You
they
know,
just want to approach it on a friendly way.
the story how I got into music, because beforehand I was already a singer, right? I was already a singer for I started singing at like 8 years old. But I don't really consider myself a musician because it was just singing. It wasn't like making music personally. So I got my start making music when I got myself a ukulele. I know
It's like
that's
the
very
generic white
cringe.
girl
No,
trope.
no, no! Don't laugh! Don't laugh!
Please
It's
don't
very
say it.
cringe, but it's very cringe. I know. And I actually loathe that factoid. The fact that I got myself into music using a ukulele. But that's what happened, and that's what got me into the deep end.
The
And
viewers are
now
taking
and
notes
now
now. Is like step one,
yeah.
don't buy a
Step
ukulele.
step
Step
one,
one,
step
don't buy
one,
a ukulele.
step one. Buy just get yourself an instrument. Really,
You
it
get
could
an
be anything.
instrument.
It could
Yeah.
Yeah,
be
true.
anything. And once you start picking it up regularly and practicing songs and like getting to know your instrument, then you can start to appreciate the more technical stuff. Okay, for example, if you initially pick up a guitar, of course you're gonna start learning songs immediately. That's what I did. I started learning songs immediately without knowing the chord shapes, without knowing the scales, without knowing the modes. But don't try to like restrict yourself to a grid or to like a rigid plan on what topic uh to
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 approach.
prioritize, because at the end of the day you're doing music to enjoy.
Yeah, you
And
gotta you gotta have
you know
fun. You gotta get
you gotta
jiggy
have
with it.
fun. You gotta
Yeah,
have
it's a
fun.
Hmm.
music's about the fun
And
part. It's
you know when you get to a certain point, then you can appreciate the beauty of chord theory and scales and modes. But for the time being, learn songs, because you know you have to start somewhere. You have to
yeah.
start
There
somewhere.
nothing good comes out of like gatekeeping and stuff. You
Yeah,
do it at
yeah.
your own do it at your own pace.
True,
And
Do
true,
it
true.
at your
I
own
think I
pace.
believe a lot of musicians, a lot of even good musicians, don't even bother to learn the theory aspect. So if that
Yeah,
scares
that is
you,
true.
then yeah, keep going, keep making
The
music. I know a ton
Beatles
of
didn't
people.
know music theory, guys. Remember,
Yeah,
they didn't
I'm not
know an
saying that
ounce
you
of
guys
music
should be
theory.
the Beatles, but you
Yeah,
could.
you could be the next
You
Beatles.
could be the next Beatles. Is that is
You
that is
could
that a
be
tagline
very
now?
successful without learning music theory. It's all about getting to know your
It's all about music. It's all about
yeah. It's
doing the
all about
music.
doing the music
Um,
and getting to know your own voice through music. Did he just get
wait.
cut off?
I think his internet is like going a bit drunk. It's fine. I can
Okay.
always edit stuff.
Technical
Okay.
difficulties.
Technical
Technical difficulties.
difficulties. But yeah, that's the beautiful thing about
Yeah.
music. It touches everyone's heart. It's a bit of
Yeah,
a
that
Hmm.
is
it's a bit
true.
of a it's a bit of a pull you at the heartstrings type thing,
Really
depending on
does.
Yeah. Really.
I think it's a good era for. It's like one of the best eras for music. No, it's
Yeah.
there's a lot of
definitely.
development and let's say technology as well that allows people to
Yeah.
get very good
That is
access to
true.
music,
That's very
That is
true.
true.
and
We
not
we
even
have
limited to
we
that.
have
There's
a
games. Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we have a genre for that. Bedroom pop.
Oh really?
Like the whole music scene, the whole music experience is very accessible. Be it for the consumers through music
Spotify,
streaming,
online streaming services,
online
yeah,
streaming
like
services
Spotify
such
and
as
stuff.
Spotify and Apple Music. Also for the ones who want to make the music through like Fruity Loops or like Cubase or like Reaper. These are all very accessible pieces of software.
They can
And
even just record themselves on their phone and stuff.
yeah, yeah,
You
you
don't
can,
even have to use advanced music editing
yeah,
program. You can always just record yourself and stuff.
yeah. And music equipment is getting very cheap
It's getting
nowadays.
cheaper. It's
It's
getting
getting
cheaper.
cheaper. Like
I
the
won't say
good,
cheap. It's getting there.
I
It's
wouldn't
getting
say
there.
cheap. It's getting there,
Yeah,
but
it's getting there.
it's pretty expensive here in the Philippines. But
Yeah.
note that 20 years ago, this wasn't possible. All of this wasn't possible. If I were a broke high school student, I wouldn't be able to make music
So
and
you
publish
aren't
it
a
on the
so you
internet.
aren't a broke high school student.
No, if I were
Oh, if you're like 20 years ago. Oh, okay.
no, like 20 years ago, if I were
Oh
like
yeah.
a
Okay.
broke high
Sorry.
school student 20 years ago, I wouldn't be able to, have myself you know, a following. I wouldn't have myself, you know, the the capabilities to, you know, to express myself through music and, potentially um,
Yes, the net's
broadcast
back.
myself
Woohoo!
through the
Let's
internet.
go.
Yo,
Let's go, baby.
we actually shifted gears, and
Yeah.
we talked about how the present day is very accessible for music, both for the consumers and for those who want to partake in the music creating process. So do you have any thoughts for that?
Um. Yeah, I agree that music right and music equipment right now is getting much more accessible. Again, like they said, like it's not like it's not cheap, guys. It's still very expensive.
Yeah.
Like
It's still pretty expensive.
software alone is gonna put a dent in your wallet. Yeah,
Unless mm,
crack is all.
We
uh,
Wait,
we
I
do
don't
not,
know.
okay, in HPG we do
in
not
HPG we
condone
do
it.
not
This is
condone.
Oh, wait,
educational. This
we
is
do.
educational.
Do not
I do
condone
This
not
is
piracy
this
by
condone
any
discussion
piracy
is
means.
stuff.
educational. We do not condone piracy.
Educational.
We do not.
uh
This is an educational discussion of piracy.
yes,
I
yes, this is
agree,
purely academic
I
but
agree,
wait,
but
with
I agree,
reservation.
but people had to start somewhere. The
People had to
12-year
start
no,
olds,
no,
somewhere.
no.
the
Yes.
12
This is even worse. I agree, but in school, we use pirated software.
oh no. It's
Okay, so
it's it's best
in
if
that
we don't
case,
it's best we don't mention where Creefy goes to school. Actually, no,
but
wait,
but
Oh,
that's
he
I already did.
Already
already
I
did.
already
oh
did.
god.
he already did.
Yeah, he already
I
did at
already
the
So
did a
beginning.
go.
we can always just
We can always
You
just,
can always
clip
remove
that.
that.
We can always just clip that out. I I
but
go to
okay, okay.
university.
What like institution in the Philippines doesn't use pirated software?
I agree.
Okay, wait. Okay,
Because
can we stop there, please?
Wait,
I don't, I don't,
we're
Okay,
actually
I
gonna get
don't, I don't,
deported.
we're
yeah,
actually got
oh,
we're
oh,
gonna get reported.
we're
we,
gonna
It
we're
yeah,
gonna
doesn't
we,
be
help.
affected.
It doesn't help
But
that Jeff, Dave, and I are from the same institution. We're actually
oh
Yes,
sorted.
no.
oh, that's
yes,
fine.
And
That's
yes,
your
yes,
guys'
yes.
problem.
it's
Just
just fine for it's just fine for you.
my teachers will probably not hear this. Probably.
Probably up until it
Let's just
goes,
let's just cut that out
completely haywire.
and
Yeah.
revert to our
Alright.
previous topic.
Yeah. Yeah. Music equipment is getting relatively inexpensive, and also I think there is a large audience for people that don't really want to buy musical equipment aside
Yes,
from their
yes, yes.
instruments and just do what they will with what they have. I mean, I think I categorize into one of those people. I am me myself. I don't even have an audio interface. Like my microphone is
Yeah.
legit
An
straight plugged
actual
into my
baller.
desktop. Yeah,
An actual
it's
baller.
literally inside plugged, and yeah, I don't have no, like, my studio monitors are like those, well, I don't mix on my studio monitors. I mix on my headphones, but yeah. The most expensive thing on my music like that musical desk is my headphones, and that's it.
I
Damn,
agree.
I'm literally the opposite. I don't have money, but I like to splurge on musical equipment. I
Should
got
Yo,
should
myself
we
an
should
audio
should should
interface.
should we should we segue to the financial habits now? I think
Oh
this is a
my
good time, right?
god,
okay,
bro.
okay, we
Okay.
finally have it. Let's go.
Yeah, we all. I think
Okay,
everyone
okay.
spends their money in a different way. We're not no
Okay.
one to judge here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I am definitely the one who should be saying that. And
Okay, so
uh-huh.
I guess it's time for me to, you know, to elaborate on my questionable financial decisions. So uh as a musician, I knew that I needed to have an audio interface. So yeah, I bought myself one, and then uh I also bought a microphone, and I also bought a keyboard, and I also bought a bass, and I've also bought an electric guitar, and I also bought myself a pair of speakers, and
Don't forget the
I'm also
pedals.
planning.
Yeah.
I don't have pedals. That's the neat part, because
You
I
have
always
pedals for
keep
your
it.
keyboard?
I always keep it digital. But like,
Oh,
point being,
You'd
I
want
spent a
one.
lot. I've
you don't,
You'd
you
want.
already
don't have
spent
pedals
a
for your
lot.
keyboard? How preposterous!
Yo, I have a MIDI keyboard. I don't
I never
actually play the
mind.
keyboard. I
What? Okay.
You betrayed us.
I only use the keyboard for production, because
Oh,
I'm no good
okay.
at like
You don't
I'm no
actually
good
do.
at like,
Okay, that's fine. That's fine then. I
yeah.
understand.
I mainly you know, a string player, guitar player, bass player,
Ah,
uke, also a percussionist.
damn! I can't get that thing down. I
Also,
cannot
it's like,
reach
also
thing.
it's also very neat because, you know, I can, whenever I'm, I know, whenever I'm outside, I can always just pull up the voice memos and do a drum beat using my mouth, and
Yo,
then
same. I
I
do
can,
that a lot. Like
yeah,
even in public.
it's very neat because, you know, I can always just plug it into the DAW when I get home. You know,
Yeah.
I used to do that a lot during the vacation, but I don't really have time to produce right now, or to like elaborate on my musical ideas so far. So I keep them in my voice memos as of now.
Mm,
Efficient,
Hmm.
efficient.
same.
Yeah.
Agree.
But I do have to, I do have to point out this must be a bit of a, let's just say there's a bit of a crater in your bank account
Yes,
right now.
that is true. I currently have 0 pesos in my land bank account, because I use the stipend
Musical
uh
needs.
for my
Mm.
musical needs. So I am running short. So
Please
I'm
donate to
actually,
my
Running
yeah.
short is an understatement here.
Running
You
it's
short
do
is
it's
know
an
that.
understatement.
it's an
I'm
understatement.
completely down with
I'm
you
literally
guys.
bone
you,
dry.
you might as well be in debt if you could.
No.
If
If
I
he
could,
could,
You'll be
if he
fine.
could say,
really.
if you were at the age and he would take out a loan, he would at this point.
Yes, that is true. And but like, I think it's a pretty good investment what I bought. I mean,
Cope, copium.
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 okay, it might be a bit of a copium, but like, you know, I think I've improved drastically. My production skills
Uh,
is getting better. I'm getting better at guitar and bass, and you know, I can distinguish. I can distinguish different EQ bands now.
I mean,
Is
I can agree.
I can hear,
I
I
can't
can
help
hear
but laugh.
compression now. I can hear compression
Pretty
now.
Guys, I swear.
copium,
I
guys.
swear,
Guys, I
guys.
swear. Guys, listen to
I
me.
do agree. I agree on
Everything
what you
No,
said.
everything
no,
I
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
bought,
it's true.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
true. It's
yeah,
very
yeah.
much
It's
true.
True,
true.
like Dude, I
Okay,
spent around
everything I bought is for good reason.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
absolutely need them right now.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
Yes, yes, that is true. I definitely did not buy something that would have been unnecessary because I don't have questionable financial uh
Decisions.
habits.
I
Decision.
I
mean,
don't I
it's
don't
true.
make
Music. Buying music equipment isn't the worst on the,
yeah.
how do I call it, the
Yeah, at
on the
least
money spending
yes, that is true.
morality chart.
Mm.
I think
Yes.
it's a good investment
It's a pretty good investment,
Yeah.
honestly.
on
Yeah.
in the
I
money
don't buy
spending.
at least I don't spend thousands of pesos buying photo cards.
Mm.
Yeah, who
I
could
know
have me,
someone
guys?
I know
Mm.
someone
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who could have me,
who
guys?
we do know someone.
Anyways,
Speaking
let's
of
go to Creefy
s-
now.
speaking
Yeah,
of poor
let's switch
financial
the topic.
decisions,
Guys, did you know I spent 30K on my piano alone? Was it worth it?
I
So
mean that's justifiable because
It's a piano, bro.
you play the piano.
yeah, no,
I'm
classical as
actually
well.
I did electric
No,
Classical.
no,
piano
it's
before.
justifiable because it's a piano. Dropping
because
30
it's a
Oh,
piano.
pianos are
the piano.
expensive, man. They're
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
expensive as
Hold
hell.
on, wait, hold on. I didn't play piano before that. I just bought it out of impulse.
Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh,
oh
bro.
Oh
my
my
god,
god.
bro.
But then
I'm
again,
not one to
I
judge,
mean,
but I am
I'm not one
judging
to
you.
judge, man.
I'm
but
But
not
then
one to
again,
judge, but hell yeah, I'm
I
judging you.
mean I mean you're going to music college anyway,
yeah,
so
no,
Yeah.
I had no plans to go to music college that time, but
Oh
now
my
I
gosh.
am.
oh
And
my god.
Stop digging a deeper hole than you've already said.
oh, shut up!
Come on,
Creepy
bro.
stuff.
We're trying to defend you. Stop trying.
No,
There
there's
goes the credibility.
there there goes the viewership, that's for sure.
no, just kidding. But I was already interested in playing the piano. I didn't really buy it out of impulse. I was very
Yeah.
interested. So
Uh-huh.
after I bought the piano, I played it nonstop for like what 3 months.
Yeah.
That's
Then
great
And
to hear
then
actually. A lot of people would stop.
yeah.
Like
uh,
it's
because,
yeah.
because I what I've applied because I learned a lot of music theory from guitar. I was the type of musician who would analyze every single thing if I can. I
That is
still
me. When I listen to music, I think of the Roman numerals.
yo dude same.
Dude,
I think of the chords. I think of the and I think of the
you think
different
about the dominance and the subdominance,
yeah
and
dude
Yes.
everything.
dude
Yes,
I think of the
it's a
scales of
mental illness.
yeah it's a
I can't
I
It's a
cannot yeah
mental
I think it's
illness.
all this is for all
Cement.
musicians
I
who
cannot enjoy music.
yo same I
Guys,
cannot
I
enjoy
cannot
music
enjoy
anymore.
music.
I also cannot enjoy music anymore to the point that I will just listen to it and just focus on analysis. I
Yeah,
mean,
we
Yes.
got there's a spectrum for this. On the right side, we got the music theory nerds. You have Creefy and Jeff, and on the left side, we have the people who are like sound good.
sound good.
Sound
Sound good.
good, me
Sound
like.
Me
good,
likey.
Don't get me wrong.
sound
There's
good. Me
times
like
Me spend money on photo card.
they're both
Spend
insane.
money on photo card.
No, no, don't at me. Don't at me for the love of God. Both are justifiable, actually. None of them are better than each other. You know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think I've heard. I think yeah, when it was black.
Yeah, you don't need music theory. You just need deep pockets.
You need to sell your kidney and have like a
Yeah.
loan ready.
No, sell both of them. You need to sell both of them.
Oh no. Pl-
Uh,
Okay, a lot of
Okay.
advice was mentioned. The kidneys don't do that.
wait, yeah, y'all aren't living with one kidney,
Just
bro.
sell your
What did I buy my K-pop merch for? Dang. Okay, too far, too far.
Okay, okay, that's where we cut off.
Okay. Okay. Actually, speaking of cutting that off, oh gosh, I was thinking about the umbilical cord. Speaking of cutting that off, I think this is a good point to end our podcast. I think we've discussed a lot of things here today. Yeah, we literally just hit the 1 hour mark actually. So let's go, baby. So I think this is a good point to end our podcast. What we've discussed so far, you know. Yeah, when we do another episode, we'd love to have you guys as guests again. You know, possibly discussing another topic as well, since
Yeah.
we're nerds in a lot of other topics. Like, you know,
Mm.
we're like gaming a lot. I think we all intersect into K-pop at one point. Creefy is the least here from what
Mm.
I know. Yeah.
K-pop is very
Oh wait.
musically interesting as well. So
Yeah.
might as well
Yeah,
True.
dip your toes into
we'd love to dive into it into another episode, and we
yeah,
encourage
into
the
another
viewers to do
episode.
so. You know,
K-pop.
yeah. Um, what we've discussed in this episode so far, not so far. We're about to end, but yeah, we had a. I think we had a. I can assume a good time discussing about,
Yeah,
you know, musical
very
history. You
good
know,
time.
jazz history. You know, we learned a bit about about ourselves, and I think a few of us here have met new people and
Yes.
share their
Agreed. Agreed.
particular
Agreed.
interests. And yeah, I hope our viewers enjoyed listening to us too, despite a lot of jargon and more niche understandings of music being thrown around. But I hope it was still enjoyable for them to listen to us. And yeah, I think that's a good point to end. Any last words, guys?
I would like to thank
Poggers.
Creefy and Jeff for the very insightful, like, sort of explanation in music.
My pleasure. Thank you guys for having
Guys,
me.
go listen to Jacob Collier. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys
All
for having
right.
me.
Yeah. So that concludes our fourth episode of the Hugas Plato Gang HPG podcast. Um, we'll be signing out shortly. This has been your host, Dave Daniel V. Cardino, with my co-host here, Andre Dahl, and our two guests, Mr. Creefy and Mr. Jeff. Hope this podcast has been a very enjoyable listen to you guys. We'll see you again in the next episode. Goodbye, and make sure to watch us talk next time.
Bye bye.